After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king. But Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army.
He can't done some work.
It will build a that for they. What needeth be undone? On the way. It will have it that he building a knob.
See they to work. Oh, there is no full man.
What needeth be undone? It will go.
What needeth be undone? If I'm on my way. Flock end they would, so that. Arika, what I think they listed. Well, Bender is believed.
What needeth be undone? They are yours to Hestus! We have better Ucha to folk!
Hestus, come at highwaymen! See they to work, see to Hestus. You'll go. We are doing great beyond this highwayman! See they to work. Over there, on me way. Hestus and on, Mormon!
See thee to work, eh? Build them they that Rita knew.
Arita, what needed working?
Yare to done some work.
What needeth be undone? Then they that.
Rita, what needeth work? Build them they that Rita
Henry and Matilda's forces struck out at the besieging army, weakening the enemy's hold on Wallingford's perimeter.
Keepeth good fettle, Knitas. Alle Smith.
See the Hestus, it kill Habby that he building a knob.
It is Sita.
enemy line wavered as Matilda's forces cut down the besieging army, clearing another section of the blockade.
An are to his obeisance is are atu.
Harkeneth, Arler. They kill Bilday that for they.
Arthur, let us read it, Canitas. Canitas, yeah!
Canitas, stand in the yard!
Nu, to certas. Ut readeth nu, Julius.
Tunkels, gute Hestes! Niemand der too much in our one!
Matilda's forces overwhelmed the enemy and cleared the castle's perimeter.
Hestes armkan per wende we sungus.
Yet to be ready for Adente to serve it. It is seek forth one that reckons, with wilderness. It's living here. All is with it.
And to wende hit. To wende hit. Hestes armkan herre. Tukes herre. And ten there. Any other godding. Watch it, Johnny for Hestes. And then they get through here.
The joint forces of Matilda and Henry had thwarted King Stephen's siege of the strategic castle at Wallingford. After over a decade of conflict, Matilda's claim to the throne was still alive. Victory over King Stephen at Lincoln gave Matilda the upper hand in her fight for the English crown. But in the years that followed, fragile loyalties shifted, and under threat of capture, Matilda was forced to retreat. As her holdings in England came under attack from the king's army, it fell to her son Henry to keep Matilda's claim to the throne alive. At Wallingford, in the shadow of the castle, Matilda's faction, commanded by her son Henry, proved it was still willing to fight King Stephen for the crown. But after 15 years of conflict, both sides had had enough. So, they made a deal. Matilda would surrender her claim to the throne on condition that when Stephen died, her eldest living son Henry would succeed him. A year later, he was crowned King Henry II. and proceeded to grow the kingdom into the mighty Angevin Empire. But, once again, what the king had spent his life building, his own children were destined to destroy. King Henry II had 4 surviving legitimate sons, and he planned to divide up his kingdom between them. But they fought bitterly for dominance. Against the odds, Henry's youngest son, John, became king. But King John was deeply unpopular. He lost huge swathes of the Angevin Empire gained by his father, then failed to reclaim them in expensive battles. Paid for by taxing his subjects. Eventually, England's barons could take it no more. They forced John to agree to a charter that restricted his power. The Magna Carta. But he went against his word. Furious, they rebelled, inviting Prince Louis of France to invade England. In 1216, Louis sailed to Dover and set his sights on taking this. Dover Castle. Held by forces loyal to King John, it was commanded by Hubert de Burgh. He described the castle as the key to England. He was right. If it fell to the French, so would the kingdom. Asked to invade by the rebel barons, Prince Louis's French army launched an assault on the castle at Dover. Opening a crack in the outer defenses, the invading forces charged the castle walls. The garrison at Dover would meet the French with clenched fists and an iron will. Dover could not fall. Commander Hubert de Burgh rallied his men to hold back the French and defend the castle. While the castle's garrison thwarted the first French attack and prepared for a second, A new resistance force was building in the English countryside. A skilled bowman and fierce patriot, known as Willikin of the Weald, began to muster a resistance to the French invasion. Determined to keep the crown in King John's hands, Willikin would rally every available archer to the cause.
What needeth be undone?
Sewers, highwaymen, Gungende's beden.
Needeth be undone.
Niemand er too much at once!
It will build a that for they.
Aim it low, crossbowmen!
Springs ever each thing is a deeper one day with sungas.
With his bowmen assembled, Willikin planned to ambush the French siege engines on their way to the enemy camp.
Yare to done some worker. See they to work. If he'll having that, he building a knock.
Unchen, Jolly for Heston! Says your Unchens awaken Heston!
Nu, Tulkes, setteth thou. Saddled upper, on getteth thee ready for Hestes. It is he shall lay thee. Forward the friends, mid ball breeder, await tender Hestes.
Jefe mestirende of sua I said.
Look, y'all be thee ready, Freckes.
Says your Unchens awaken Heston!
They could do that new. Build end day that Rita new. See fate to worker. Will they that for they?
Hestes cometh. Fuste tul glidande ner hurteth no one never it out. Heriende Hestes nu.
Marita, what needeth ye? Tid to wenden. Beoth yar to Hestas, toonfolk. Hirende theen Hesta. Toonfolk already ready? Go in Shapende, noon.
See they to work.
Ich be boon to that well be done. What wilt thou?
Entendeth, Freckles. Foliende Hestes. Al Suiza, yes.
Some French reinforcements made it to their siege camp, adding more numbers to their next attack on the castle.
What needeth work?
Willikin's band of archers made short work of the French reinforcements.
Buildende that Rita noon.
But if they hoped to ease the burden on Dover's garrison, Willikin's ambush force could not relent.
Officials is undressed, Joe, highwaymen! Hestes and Ormond! Holding contact! Yeah, Hestes! Take to Wendele! Better! Dressed, see what they have!
Every charm and 10 death. If you're having that, he building a knock.
Harkeneth alla. Always! Stop!
Freckes Haken. Nu has.
Luthan, come on.
What needeth be undone? Till then they that read the news.
Habe me bow. Verende.
Ces engines await Unchen, you're sitting to burn. Every thing is a decent. Unchen, you're for para, soldiers. Every thing is understood. Ces engines await the husband.
The French launched a renewed attack on the castle, but thanks to Willikin's ambush force, the enemy could not attack at full strength.
It is Sitha Coractus. Nu, Tulkes, Setetya. Reader, awaken the Hestes.
With Willikin's archers weakening the siege from outside the castle, the garrison at Dover repelled the French attack. Willikin ordered his archers to resume their strikes on the French reinforcements.
The Munkers are standing. Sitha to move. So are their maiden. Market Yara, me friend.
The tenacity of Hubert de Burgh's loyal soldiers forced Prince Louis and the rebel barons to abandon their siege at Dover. And thanks to the efforts of Willikin's fearless archers, England remained in King John's hands. At Wallingford, in the shadow of the castle, Matilda's faction, commanded by her son Henry, proved it was still willing to fight King Stephen for the crown. But after 15 years of conflict, both sides had had enough. So, they made a deal. Matilda would surrender her claim to the throne on condition that when Stephen died, her eldest living son Henry would succeed him. A year later, he was crowned King Henry II, and proceeded to grow the kingdom into the mighty Angevin Empire. But, once again, what the king had spent his life building, his own children were destined to destroy. King Henry II had 4 surviving legitimate sons, and he planned to divide up his kingdom between them. But they fought bitterly for dominance. Against the odds, Henry's youngest son, John, became king. But King John was deeply unpopular. He lost huge swathes of the Angevin Empire gained by his father, then failed to reclaim them in expensive battles. Paid for by taxing his subjects. Eventually, England's barons could take it no more. They forced John to agree to a charter that restricted his power. The Magna Carta. But he went against his word. Furious, they rebelled, inviting Prince Louis of France to invade England. In 1216, Louis sailed to Dover and set his sights on taking this. Dover Castle. Held by forces loyal to King John, it was commanded by Hubert de Burgh. He described the castle as the key to England. He was right. If it fell to the French, so would the kingdom. In the year prior to the defense of Dover, King John's defiance of the Magna Carta had mired England in a rebellion known as the First Barons' War. Across England, barons broke ties with the crown and seized important cities, including Rochester. With his reign under threat, John deployed his forces to retake Rochester and capture the traitors. King John's men arrived at the outskirts of Rochester, set to retake the castle and drive out the rebel barons within. But Rochester was a formidable fortress that protected the route to London, and the rebel barons were prepared to lay down their lives to hold it. Before King John's men could hope to retake the castle, they would need to reinforce their position by capturing the village of Chatham. The king's men secured Chatham and began preparing for an arduous siege. Rochester's keep was protected by strong stone walls. The king's army would need mighty siege weapons to break through.
He'll build that for thee.
See they to work, They did that right to know.
If you'll have that he build in a knock. See the Hestes.
Building done. It's looking good. Ik'll have I that he building it on. Ik'll build I that for thee. Ik'll have I that he building and on.
Yare to Don's harping a dollar, he'll go and flock a wood up.
Good swing around me, mate. What be up in Hester?
See thee to work, eh? Build end day that Rita new.
Hispana on the loaded. Harkeneth all. Ik'll go on flock.
Ich be boon to Zoadebe din Hester. Boon to virtue.
See fate to work. Harken a thaler. Build end day that Rita new. Rita, what needeth worker? Cease to Hester's. Ik'll have it that he building a knob. What needeth be undone? Ik'll build a that for thee.
Rita, what needeth working? Aggress at yourself.